Module 6, Emergency Procedures. The following slides are going to cover what exactly are emergencies and what should we do as security operatives to deal with them. Firstly, an emergency can be described as any sudden, unforeseen event that needs our immediate action. Obviously, it's important to note the priority is always given to people and not property. Now, the following 5 situations would be dealt with in exactly the same way. Now, as we've previously gone through fire, we would follow the exact same procedures for fires, flooding, blackouts, gas leaks, chemical or toxic spillages. Would always be raise the alarm, evacuate the premises, and assist the emergency services. Now, obviously with gas leaks, remember the gas is flammable, but it is also maybe toxic. So although smoking shouldn't be a problem anymore, because as we know, the law says that no one can smoke inside a building, the toxicity is still a problem. It could be noxious or toxic, and in large quantities, it can actually lead to death. Therefore, remember, don't turn on or off any appliances, including lights. Open doors and windows if possible, and beyond anything else, get yourselves and others out of the infected area. Now, with a road traffic accident, you might be the first on scene. Follow the procedures as normal. Make sure it's safe for you to be there. Above all, call an ambulance and of course call the police if necessary as well. Now, if we encounter violence at work, we should firstly try and de-escalate the situation or reject, and in serious cases, the police may need to be called. Now, with severe crimes, if it occurs on our site, once again, police should be called, and any crime scene preservation should also be followed. Now, that should be written down in a policy or standard operating procedure where you work. So just follow those procedures and you should be fine. Now, with a bomb threat, action needs to be taken. First and foremost, any threat should be taken seriously. Trigger the alarm, staff and visitors should be quickly evacuated, and police need to be called in immediately. Do not try and deal with the device yourself. Don't go near it. Call the professionals to deal with it. Terrorism. Now, terrorism can be defined as the unofficial or unauthorized use of violence and intimidation in the pursuit of political aims. Now, although we come across many different types of terrorists, we can really just group them into 2 types, international or domestic. Obviously, as security, we're a front line of defense, so it's important to be aware of what's going on around the world and in your particular area. Also, if your place of work has been a target previously or may become a target due to things going on in the world. The exposure of the site itself to any kind of assault, any weaknesses in the area, and of course the level of threat nationally, and we will go through that in a moment. The following are examples of the threat levels that this government uses and their definitions. The student is requested to go through these. Terrorism helplines. Well, obviously in a non-urgent case, we would pass information across the 0800 789 321 number. Now this is a number which is designed for officers working to get all the pieces of the puzzle in place and then follow that up with potential arrests and further investigation. It's irrelevant to us whether they use this information or not, but if you see anything that seems a little bit odd to you or suspicious, it's always a good idea to report it to the number. They are very helpful and will often call you back. In an urgent case, obviously, 999 or 112 is the number to dial. Counterterrorism. As a security operative, counterterrorism is part of our job. We need to be vigilant at all times, follow our security procedures, and report any suspicions immediately. CCTV should be used as well, and a manager should be informed about any suspicious activity. With bomb threats, if we get a telephone bomb threat, we should have a telephone bomb threat checklist. Now this checklist will go through a number of questions that we will go through. Essentially, what it is doing is trying to stall the caller to hear any suspicious activity in the background that we may be able to report to the police. Suspicious packages. Any package that is unclaimed or doesn't appear to be in the right place must be treated accordingly. They could be made up of high explosive devices, car bombs, also known as VBIEDs, or vehicle-borne improvised explosive devices, fire bombs, postal devices, suicide bombers, chemical, biological, or radiological bombs. Continuing with the previous slide, obviously if we do see anything suspicious, first thing is don't touch the device. Don't lift it, move it, try and open it, pour water on it, or try and move it in any way, shape or form. It could have a trigger. You just moving or touching the device could trigger the device to go off. Suspicious behavior. As discussed earlier, not only is suspicious objects something we need to be looking out for, but also suspicious behavior. So any unnatural interest in our site, timings, activities, taking photographs, noting down details of comings and goings of vehicles, false activations of our alarm system, trying to disguise their identity using hats or hoods. All of this should be noted as suspicious behavior.